Hi, and welcome to Storytime with Mr. Mills. Today I'm going to be reading you a story called Why Frogs Can Only Croak. Again, coming from my Stories from the Billabong book. It's an Australian story. Here we go. Every morning, Lyrebird came down to the stream to sing. He had the most beautiful voice. He could imitate the sound of all the other birds. The boom of the cassowary, the cooing of the pigeon, the laugh of the kookaburra, and the beautiful song of the bellbird. One day, while Lyrebird was singing, he noticed something unusual in the stream. The water was flowing fast, and there were lots of bubbles in it. Most of the bubbles were white, but one bubble looked dark, and there seemed to be something inside it. As Lyrebird watched, the dark bubble burst, and out fell a little green frog. The little green frog swam to one of the water lilies. He climbed on it, puffed out his chest, and stared this way and that. Lyrebird had never seen such a strange-looking creature. "Hello," he said. "I'm Lyrebird. Can you sing?" The frog shook his head. "Mm-mm." Lyrebird tried again. "Can you talk?" The frog shook his head. Lyrebird thought, "This isn't a very interesting creature." He was about to leave when he heard the voice of the spirit of the Creator. "Lyrebird," the spirit said, "this little frog is your brother. Teach him to sing." Now, Lyrebird knew the law demanded all creatures should share whatever they had with one another, so he started to give the frog singing lessons. Frog turned out to be a real quick learner. Soon he could sing all the high notes and all the low notes. He could even throw his voice, so it seemed as though it was coming from somewhere else. Lyrebird was delighted. One day he said to him, "I do believe you can sing better than me," and he invited all the other animals to come and listen to the frog. And there's a picture here of all the animals listening to the frogs. Okay. When the other animals arrived at the stream and saw a little green frog, they weren't impressed. But as soon as he started to sing, they were really impressed indeed, for he sang so beautifully. Not only did he imitate the sounds of other animals, he imitated the sounds of nature. The sound of waves breaking on the shore, the sound of wind in the leaves, and that most beautiful sound of all, the sound of rain falling on hard, dry land. His audience were full of praise. That night, when all the animals had gone home, the frog climbed onto his favourite lily leaf. He puffed out his chest and shouted, "I can sing better than the lyrebird. I'm the greatest singer in the world." The other frogs told him to not be so conceited, but he kept on shouting, "I'm the greatest! I'm the greatest!" The frog who was his girlfriend told him to be quiet, but he cried, "I'm so great a singer, I can make the moon come tumbling out of the sky to listen to me." "Oh yeah?" his girlfriend frog said. "Go for it." The frog took a deep breath and started to sing. He sang so beautifully all the other frogs came out to listen. The waterfalls roared with delight, and the babooks screeched with excitement, but the moon took no notice at all. Next night the frog tried again. He sang louder and longer and even more beautifully, but still the moon took no notice. Frog couldn't believe it. Next night he tried again and sang on and on, louder and louder, but the moon just kept sailing among the clouds. Suddenly, to the frog's horror, his voice gave out. He had strained his vocal cords to breaking point. He opened his mouth, but all that came out was a little croak. And from that day to this, when the moon is bright, you'll find frogs coming out of the water and gathering together. When they try to sing, all they can manage is croak, croak, croak. And here's a picture, that's the end of the story, of the lyrebird and the frog and the moon. I hope you like the story, and I'll see you in more videos about what to do with this week's history work. Okay.